What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the SoCal Tram. I'm Matt.
And I'm Caesar.
And today, before we get into a familiar-looking bottle, we just want to say, if you're new here, hey, we appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. And if you are a returning viewer, hey, we appreciate you sticking around. Nonetheless, everybody smash the like button, and everybody click that little bell. That way you know whenever we drop a brand new video. Caesar, what do we got on the bar today?
Today we got another Old Forester from your bar, my friend.
That's right. We got another Old Forest Whitaker on the bar. Old Forester Prohibition style 1920. Let's get into it. Prohibition style. That's right. Old Forester 1920. Prohibition style. Let's get into it. If you want to know a little bit more history on the Old Forester distillery, you can check out a review of the Old Forester 1870 original batch. You can click the link right up here at the top or down in the description box below. But today we're going to be talking about Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style. The Volstead Act of 1920, which initiated Prohibition in the U.S., granted permits to 6 distilleries in Kentucky to continue to bottle bourbon for medicinal purposes. Through one of these permits, Old Forester continued to be produced as medicinal whiskey on Louisville's famed Whiskey Row. It is the only bourbon continuously sold by the same company that has been available for sale before, during, and after Prohibition. During this time, all whiskeys had to be bottled at 100 proof with the barrel entry proof of 100 points. The Angel's Share, which have created a 115 proof whiskey after maturation. To pay homage to this era, Old Forester presents 1920 Prohibition style bourbon at 115 proof to represent the rich flavor profile this bourbon had nearly 100 years ago. That was a mouthful of marketing speak, so let's get into this whiskey. Fair to say that our review of the 1870 original batch was meh.
Mediocre.
Like meh asterisk, right? Like we were excited kind of going into it, and then we were kind of lukewarm on it. But there was something that we did kind of off camera after the fact, and we both kind of agree like, hey, it's not bad this way. But it's one of those things to where we're excited to see what it does as it opens up and goes down the bottle. Hopefully this one fares a little bit different. I have a feeling it will. It is a higher proof point. So with that said, obviously I'm expecting a little bit more punchiness, especially at 115 proof. But I'm still excited. Like I said in the last one, anytime you are trying to replicate something of the past, I'm always in for it to at least try it. But if I'm basing it solely on last week's review, kind of gimmicky. So I hope this one kind of cuts above that other one for us. Because I will say, for me, kind of going into it, there's not a hesitation, but I will say if this one doesn't do too well, and again, this is first go round on it. We've never had it. We're cracking the neck on this one. If this one were to kind of perform similar to the last one, I don't know if I'm running out to grab something like the 1910 or any other bottle in the Whiskey Row series until I can get them maybe on a discount sale or something like that. But the good news is you can always find them, and I will say there are tons of people who do praise this one, so I'm excited to get into it. What are you expecting?
As according to the last one, I was expecting a lot, but according to this one, I'm not sure because this is the second Old Forester. The last one was the first one, so it didn't leave too much of a great impression. It just left an all right impression. So with this being 115 proof, I'm expecting more with the water with this one. But in all seriousness, this color is actually really nice. Like I like this color a lot when I see it in the whiskeys. Kind of dark, and that's how I like it.
I will say this one, where the original batch, we were both kind of struggling to get to the flavor, right? To get to the notes that we were getting. Much nicer on the nose.
Yeah.
Even at 115,
I was gonna say,
it is not punchy. Like
Yeah.
this smells more like a 45.
Yeah, the other one smelled way more ethanol-y than this one.
Like
for
I'm
sure.
getting a little bit of like orange peel. Getting a little bit of that cherry note. It's weird, like, so when you make stuff like Indian food, or in my case, if you've made grenadine, because yes, I'm extra and I've made my own grenadine because I was curious. There's an ingredient that you use called orange blossom water, and like it doesn't need much, like drops of it. And I'm kind of getting an orange blossom water or rose water for those of you who've had that. It's very floral, but it's very potent. You don't need a whole lot. I'm kind of getting a little bit of that off of this. It's
Like
very
an extract?
Kind of. It's like in that same realm of an extract. Like it's more of a additive rather than an ingredient, if that makes sense. Like it's an ingredient because it's in a recipe, but it's more or less just kind of giving it just a little bit of nuance in whatever you're trying to do. And I'm getting a little bit of that note out of this, but again, I'm also getting, like I said, that orange peel, but I'm also getting a little bit of brown sugar, like typical bourbon notes for sure. But that 115 is not jumping out of the glass the way you would expect it.
Whoa. So on the nose it doesn't, but damn, that's actually that's a roller coaster right there, though. It is. At first forefront, actually, you know what? Before I keep talking, let me take.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
like I was stating, on the nose you don't smell it, but on the palate you
That shows
definitely
up.
get the 115 proof. However, that flavor profile
Much
blows
better.
the water out of that. That flavor profile is like, wow, I am willing to bang through these punches just for that flavor.
The roller coaster analogy you just said is perfect. Like this is the I have never been to Six Flags, and truth be told, I am not. Yeah, I am not a roller coaster guy. It would be a waste of money for me. Like I have this weird theory that I can jump out of a plane if my chute doesn't open. Game over. That's it. I'm not living. But if I get hurled from a roller coaster, I could live in a lot of pain for the rest of my life. So I'm not a fan of them. But there are a few that I enjoy. Ghost Rider from Knott's, or the Incredicoaster from Disneyland. Like there are roller coasters that I do enjoy. But the analogy of the roller coaster is perfect, right? You're going up that hill, click, 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 click. It's like, oh yeah, this is kind of boring. And as you get to the top, you start getting that sensation of like anxiety.
Yeah.
Then you go up over the top, and it's like, whew,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Now we're on the ride.
Exactly.
That 115 going up, I'm like, yeah, this smells like 45. What the hell? And then you taste it, and you are going downhill, and you're going on the roller coaster.
But it's an enjoyable one for sure.
Yeah, it's
like,
not offensive at all.
It's like for those of you that go to Knott's, like he said about Ghost Rider, normally, like almost every roller coaster, you want to get in the front. It's like, yeah, that's a cool spot. You want to get in the front. Ghost Rider, the last car is the best because it gets all the ricochet.
It literally breaks your damn neck.
Yeah, you get all the ricochet from all the old wood, and it's just like bam, 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 bam. It's like, oh, that was cool, dude. No, but yeah, that's good. So that roller coaster is crazy because it's like, whoa, this is spicy, or this is like alcoholic-y, and it's like, wait, but this is good. Woo! Here I go. So yeah, no, definitely roller coaster. Roller coaster for the better, though. Roller coaster for the better.
Fun fact, for those of you who've been to Knott's Berry Farm, which some people don't realize, Knott's Berry Farm is an amusement park, not just a farm for berries, which is kind of nuts to me. It's like, when people are like, oh, you live by Disneyland? You must be rich. It's like, nah, man, you don't know what's around Disneyland. You can get like a pound of blow and a hooker, and it's really bad. But nonetheless.
Literally around the corner from
not even around the corner, across the freaking street.
Yeah, the hotels.
Some of the areas by Disneyland are nappy as hell. But drugs and hookers aside, this is awful. But I went on.
Speaking from experience, huh, Matt? No, I'm just kidding.
No, not really. I mean, I have a friend who is in law enforcement, and she tells a story that's hilarious. But nonetheless, I went on Jaguar, which is like the kids roller coaster there at Knott's, and I was like, oh, it's a cool roller coaster. I'm ready for Ghost Rider. And then I went on Ghost Rider. I'm like, let me off. But Ghost Rider is a cool roller coaster.
Yeah.
But we've talked enough about roller coasters. I'm going to talk about the whiskey. 2 sips in, I actually really like this one. The proof is definitely present, but not so present throughout the whole dram, where what I mean by that is like in your mouth. Like it doesn't, the 115 doesn't stay with it from the mid to the finish. Like it hits you right up front in the front of the palate, but then it mellows off and you get those bourbony notes of those brown sugars, the cherry, the vanilla, getting hard caramel candy off of this, like a Werther's Original almost.
Damn.
I actually really dig this.
Have you tried it with water yet?
Not yet. I just put water in, so I'm excited. I think I put 3. I'm actually usually put a little bit more for higher proof, so I'm going to drop a few more drops in there.
So,
but you tried it seems like, so what do you got?
It is freaking good. I put 4 drops. I'm going to put more on top of that. I'm probably going to put another 3 drops. I literally put 4 drops of water, and it is pretty damn good.
It's always exciting for me when Caesar likes it with the water, because Caesar usually just doesn't care for adding water.
Not at all.
So for him to go back for seconds on water, I'm expecting something a little bit different.
Yeah, no, that was actually pretty good with water. That was way more than I was expecting with water. That was really good.
A little ethanol on the nose with the water though.
Yeah, yeah, but when you try it, it's like it pretty much. So you almost have the same experience as without water, except it flushes out the woo. Like it's like if we're going back to the roller coaster analogy, instead of it dropping at 100 feet, it dropped at 60 feet, and it's like, hey, this is a little bit more enjoyable. So to me, with the water, let me see what it's like with more water though.
Hot on the finish, peppery. It wasn't getting that without the water. But I think the Little Hills halfway through the roller coaster is a good analogy for this. It's not offensive with water, but I still would prefer this one neat for my palate. I'm excited that this one's better. More than anything. Like, there was 2 reasons I was a little nervous going into this. 1, the 1870 didn't do so hot, and I bought that bottle. But 2, this was a gift from my wife for Christmas. And I was like, oh, please, just be good. Just be good. Be good for just that sake. And I'm happy to report that it's good. You done well, baby. I appreciate it. This one's really solid. And I think this one falls in that same price range, $45 to $55. I'd buy this all day over the other one for sure, based on the neck pour. 45-50 bucks, 115 proof. That's not always common in that price range.
Exactly.
It is there, but it's not always common. I like the flavors. I like the subtlety that it's offering. I'm gonna go a little higher on this one. I'm gonna go actually on a 4. I think you get a lot of bang for your buck out of this. I think this is a 4 whiskey for sure. Because of the proof points, you get a lot of booze for your buck for sure. But the flavors are nice. Like, it's just a really solid whiskey. And again, like I kind of said last time, if this is what you're, prescribing me if I have a problem, yeah, sign me up. I'll drink this. I have a medicinal. What are you thinking?
So, I'm gonna rate it a 3. It's definitely better than the last. 0.5 better than the last. You get a lot more flavor out of it, and it's really good. But on a side note that has nothing to do with whiskey, Ghost Rider, all right, so...
Whiskey and roller coaster reviews.
I know, right? So
don't mix the two. That'd be bad.
If you live in Orange County or LA County, where you're around the vicinity of knots, and you're an MMA trainer or fighter like me that loves to train, Ghost Rider in the back car, the most back car, is the best to train for body shots. No, I'm not even kidding.
I've never taken an MMA class, and I go, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the absolute best. You keep your hands up, and the type of body shots you get from that wood and that metal just hitting your body, every crink it's going down, you feel it. Like, when you walk off, you're like, damn, did I just get, like, what just happened? But no, dude, hey, if you're into MMA and you're training for a fight, let me tell you, going to Ghost Rider back-to-back 20 times in a row, you train your body shots like nothing. Just boom, boom, boom. And, hey, you'll feel it. Hey, so the next person that goes to UFC, Ultimate Fighter, you know what I'm talking about.
You look like Rocky coming off of Ghost Rider 20 times. Adrian!
I survived.
I love you. This is ridiculous, folks. But nonetheless, it's a 4 from me. It's a 3 from Caesar. But what do you think of the Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style? What other Whiskey Row series have you tried? Hit us up in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. We also appreciate it when you interact with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We love interacting with you guys there. Caesar, you got anything else you want to add on this?
Now, what about you, brother?
Until next time, folks, stay safe and drink well. All aboard. Catch you next time. Hey everybody, hope you liked that video.
Don't forget to hit that bell for notifications.
And don't forget to subscribe.